Question everything, trust nothing, except for your boy, CryptoKeeper. Hopefully everybody is doing well today. It's Friday. That's right. The weekend is coming. Hola, caffeinated crypto. Actually, I can't, you know what? Just hola, right? Like we're not going to steal that from Sin City. We're definitely not doing that. But shout out to everybody out there that has had a fantastic week. And shout out to you if you've had a terrible week. Because either way, you're still pressing forward in these markets, baby. All right, so we're going to get into crypto today. We're going to have some fun, as always, diving into the market, see what's going on. I was going to jump into the chat and see what's going on here, but my chat's acting a little funky. I got to figure this out. I got to probably give a call to Streamlabs and say, hey, what the hell's the problem here? Okay, because it tells me one thing, shows me something else, then I got to go verify it elsewhere. It's like, come on, I pay good money for this service. You know what I'm saying? But let me jump into the chat and say hi. I can see Caffeinated Crypto, and I can see Rick's Shack says, let's go. Rick Shack, I've not seen that name. Is that a change of a name, or is that somebody new to the stream? Either way, welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad that you are here. All right, so trying to think. Oh, update. I know everybody was very worried about my gut health, as it were, when I told you guys I'd been having problems, some big problems for about 10 days. Well, let me tell you, antibiotics are a wonderful thing. That's right. Took a double dose, well, not a double dose. Like, it told me to start with a double dose. Like, it's not like I didn't follow the instructions. The instructions said, Keeper, take 2 of these the first day and then 1 for the following days after. Well, I took those 2 at dinner last night, and yeah, made it through the entire night and woke up today feeling like a new man, I got to tell you. So shout out to antibiotics. Hopefully the antibiotics run their course, do their thing, and then the crap, no pun intended, stays away from there. What's up, Crypto Birdie? I see you in the house. Hey, reminder to everyone, I know they've been really inconsistent recently, but I've still got Flipper Hodl going on. It's going to be for like $5 grand the next time that we play. Let me pull up the little run. Now, mind you, it says 4,500. It's $5 grand. Every $1 super chat puts you in for 2 entries. If you're a member, I'm going to 3x that, and if you're a gifting member, I'm going to 5x that. So just tossing that out there. I know a lot of you have put in a decent little chunk of dollars and cents, and I want to give it back. Somebody's going to win the $5 grand at some point, or however large this number goes, because it keeps getting bigger as I have more and more sponsors, and somebody wins less than, you know, the sponsored amount. So shout out to you if that's you. Katie Cakes 88 in the house. Money, money, money. Hello. How are you? Let's see here. Yeah, I went to Colombia, needed an antibiotic. Sounds about right. Yeah, but it was a good time, you know. I other than the I was talking about yesterday, like I was going to write a bathroom blog, right? That's basically, you know, I saw a lot of sites and I saw a lot of bathrooms, right? But if I did not do that, I would have otherwise not known that there was a problem. I literally felt fine. So that was good. All right, let's get into the markets. Let's see what's going on. Enough of me blabbing about my gut health. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Let's check out where the crypto markets are at. And I got to tell you, I've got a couple things to show you today that make me really question humanity, or not question humanity, question our economic prowess in the United States specifically. Because one of these is like, holy hell, how does this person actually have answers or looked to for answers in this country? All right, so the global crypto market cap is at 2.412 trillion with a T dollars. That is up 3.4%. So good to see that. About $88 billion in trading volume over the last 24 hours. That is a positive move as well. Trending, listen, the trending, people pay for these, okay? So Turbo up 10%, Friendtech down 36%, TomiNet, I got to tell you, people can pay for these, okay? So if you want to trend, all you got to do, reach out to CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap and say, hey, I want to pay you. I want to be trending. Let's see here. Bitcoin, 61,658. We talked about it yesterday on the stream. Upward movement up and to the right, and we got that. It's up about 4.2%. I was wondering whether we were going to bust through that 60K. It was important to bust through that as a psychological number, so I was happy to see that. I'll get into some TA here shortly regarding that. ETH up above 3K. Good to see that as well. $3,062, up almost 3%. BNB doing its thing, $578. Needs to break that $600 barrier. That's going to be an important one. Solana doing what Solana does. just kind of following the pack. XRP fam, put them up. We're up 1.1%. Let's go. Yes, that was a little facetious. Dogecoin, number 9, up 4.7%. And then, hey, listen, been telling y'all for how long? Toncoin. It's like beating a dead horse, but when the rest of the market pumps, Toncoin really pumps, up 9.2%. Love to see that. Scrolling down through, let's take a look at a couple other interesting movements. Let's see here. There's a couple of them that I saw. Here's one. Hedera moved 15.8%. Is this BlackRock information still lingering? Have people not heard the news that wasn't exactly as advertised? I don't know, but it's up 15.8%. So, you know, took a nice little move there. There's a couple other ones that I wanted to point out. Where you at? BitTensor Tau is up 7.2%. Now there was one that jumped. What was it? How far down? Man, damn, how far down was I? Did this just well, maybe I was past the top 100 and I'm definitely not going to mention WorldCoin because that's, you know, stealing all your biometric data for, you know, for the love of crypto. At any event, most of the markets are up a little bit and they are green. Let's take a look at the crypto bubbles. What do you know? I'm going to guess they're green. Look at that. Toncoin, baby, up 9.1%. Ordi, up 16%. Pendle, up 12.9%. HBAR, like I said earlier, up 15.7%. I don't know about you, but I don't see much on here that's red. I see Leo down 1.5%. I see Sui down, I got to look over my other screen here, 1.6%. The old eyes are fighting against me here. That's about it. Yeah. Enrique, what up, brother? Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Well, good afternoon for me. Good morning for you. And Clay, the mother effing great. What's up, brother? Glad that you are here. It's slow today. Got to tell you. If my information is correct, we got like less than 10 people in here. Where the heck is everybody? Maybe they're all heading down to Colombia after they heard how much fun I had down there. I don't know. All right, so I want to pull up a little bit of TA. We're going to do that. I guess I could have just kept the screen on there. We're going to start on the daily on Bitcoin. And I want to kind of go over a couple things, and then we're going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to be looking over here. It's a little bit easier for me to see on the screen. So on the daily, we've got some key points that we want to look at. Talked about this a little bit yesterday. I actually drug this all the way back to the start of February. Okay, so we've got all of February, all of March, all of April, and now we're into May. So basically the first quarter-ish or the last quarter-ish of the year. And what we see pretty consistently is that value area high being played and toyed with, and we're headed back, hopefully, towards it right now. Effectively, our downside target on a larger time frame is going to be 51.6. God, I hope we don't see that, but it's a very, very possible thing to see. And if we don't hold that, ladies and gentlemen, we could go all the way down into damn near 40K. D-Day, Doomsday is going to be actually if we were to break 40K and head down below that. I can't see a scenario where that happens short of World War III or something wild like that happening. You know, I just personally don't see that happening. We could have some wild chaos in the markets. Let me ask you in the chat, what number? So a lot of us that have, you know, been in crypto for some years have some numbers, like some points where we would say, hey, you know what? I'd be a buyer at that point. Drop it in the chat. What is a point at which you are a buyer? Now, if you're brand new, obviously you just need to get in. Get into the markets, get acclimated, start to understand how these markets move, what they do. Obviously, watching Bitcoin as your main focus, get involved, right? But if you've been in for a while, we're at 61,596. All-time high is about 74K. What's a number that you're saying, you know what, I'm loading the bus? I am loading the bus. I got to tell you, because my average entry on Bitcoin is so low. You know what? I need to look this up. I've talked about it a lot. I believe that my overall average of buying Bitcoin, I believe, is probably around 13K, 15K. Now, in fairness, I bought a lot at 3,800 bucks. So that really helps. And then I haven't been a strong buyer past really 30K. So I would guess that it's somewhere around back to you on that. But I'm interested to hear from you guys. Like, what is that number for you? I think my load the bus number at this point, we're at 61K. I think we'd have to get sub 40 for me to start like saying, okay, I'm going to pull dry powder and actually blast some extra into Bitcoin specifically. And the reason for that it would take that big of a move for me is because the upside that I have, the upside potential that I have with Bitcoin is just not nearly as great as with some of the alts, whereas I can get in a lot better position long term as long as I'm willing to, juggle some of what's happening in the markets, right? Enrique says average entry 33K here. It's a great entry, man. I believe that the average entry for MicroStrategy overall is somewhere right around where you're talking about, Enrique. I think it's very similar to that. Caffeinated Crypto just got back from Hawaii. Welcome back, Caffeinated Crypto. You were not out of the country, but you were out of the state, obviously. Hopefully you enjoyed Hawaii. Hawaii is beautiful, for sure. Clay the Great says, it's scary how close to the edge we are. Clay the Great, talk to me about the edge. What do you consider to be the edge? Are we on the precipice of something great? Or are we literally on the edge looking over, toes hanging 10 toes, but not quite, and we're about to fall? Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Okay, so that's on the daily, right? So let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go down. Let's go into the hourly. Okay, I got to obviously upsize this a little bit. On the hourly, I pulled two different volume profiles here. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in even farther than this, but I pulled in a volume profile for the month of April into May. Okay, and the key points there are around. Is this magnet on? This stupid magnet. That thing pisses me off. The key points there around 56.7. That's your value area low on the last month. 57.3, which we're above that, is the point of control. And then the value area high is up at 61K. Now, we're above that value area high for the month of April. That's bullish. That's fantastic, right? The other thing that I want to point out, if you see, I've got a little upward momentum bear flag. Now, I drew this a little bit earlier. So, as you see, and I'm on an hourly chart. We were inside of my bear flag here. Right? Or I mean, not my bear flag, my bull flag here, right? Now, this little guy right here is saying, I think I might want to print. So I might mess up Keeper's bull flag here. But it was looking good for that. Let's zoom in one more time. Let's go into the 15-minute chart because that's what we like to do, right? There is a better look at my bull flag that unfortunately is breaking out to the downside. Although, hey, you know what? I can take this bad boy right here. I can take this bad boy right here and go, woo, yep, there we go. Fixed it. Nailed it. All right, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so ultimately, I guess I just wanted to show you guys some targets, right? Some of the targets, the downside, 59 is going to be a big number. 59.038 is going to be a big number. 59.5, that's from yesterday. Basically, that 60K number is what we need to hold that 60K number. That's what I think. I think we need to hold 60K. I know that's breaking news. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's move it on. I do want to talk a little bit of news today. Candle Daddy, what's up? I see you. Glad that you are here. Drop anything in the chat if you want me to pull up anything, take a peek at some things. But I want to talk about a couple things in the news and what's happening with Bitcoin, what might happen with Bitcoin in the future. So there's a lot of talking points that happen, on Bitcoin. A lot of it is, hey, I want to be able to write articles. I just want to be able to talk about Bitcoin. And the people writing these articles are just trying to. There's two sides to these articles. Okay. There's the paid side of the articles where whether it's massive, medium, low, value institutions are putting money in to press your mind state in a certain direction. That is a fact that happens. Okay. A lot of the smaller cap stuff, when it's like an article about this altcoin is going to 1000x or whatever, paid, right? Paid. But when we're talking about Bitcoin, if it's either a talking point, right, or it's paid by a big time institution that wants to take advantage of you and me, right? And so one of the things that they're talking about is typically there's uncertainty, right? Then investors become more risk averse. They move into cash, they sit on the sidelines, and they're effectively talking about ETH being a possibility for that because we're uncertain as to as to whether it's a security or not, even though they have stated publicly in the past that ETH is not a security. Now, here's the thing to remember. Summertime, transaction volumes are notoriously low. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? You tell me. Depends on if you're a trader or if you're a long-term, mid-term, or short-term investor. Big difference, okay? Because with low volume is going to generally, as a rule, when moves do happen, you get lots of volatility from that, right? If there's not a lot of volume, that's why I like the meme coins, right? I can make a $10,000 buy on a meme coin, and it will blast the chart off in one way or the other. It's only 10 grand, right? But if you put 10 grand in a Bitcoin, you couldn't even tell me on the chart where the hell that happened. It would be a joke, right? And so ultimately, and the big part of that is the amount of volume in the asset. That, you know what I'm saying? Like the amount of liquidity that's there and the amount of trading volume that's happening. So summer months can be relatively quiet, just like the stock market kind of does the same thing. But think back to 2017. If you were around, that was DeFi summer, and things were absolutely rocking and rolling. So I'm going to be interested to see what this looks like. If we do have lower liquidity, right, that could be relatively bullish for crypto markets because it means that the people that are jumping in at this point, for the most part, are coming in as a conviction play. And that's really what's happening. It's testing convictions as to what they believe about these markets. Now, I'm going to pull this article right here. Hold on a second. I'm going to pull this article right about now. Fidelity, pension funds exploring Bitcoin investments on ETF approval. Okay, let's get rid of this stupid ad. Fidelity, a major investment services firm, says pension funds are starting to explore investing in Bitcoin, particularly after the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF earlier this year. They've been bullish on Bitcoin for years, launching its digital assets branch in 2018 and bringing a successful Bitcoin ETF to market earlier this year. The firm's ETF attracted significant capital compared to competitors. Now, Fidelity's VP of digital assets, Manuel Nordeste, says the company is engaging with major pension funds and other institutional investors about allocating Bitcoin. Speaking at a recent event, he stated, now we're starting to have conversations with larger real money institutional investor types, and we're getting some of those clients as well as corporates and so on. His comments come after BlackRock also mentioned yesterday having educational conversations with pension funds regarding Bitcoin ETFs. Recent 13F filings show major pension consultants have already purchased spot Bitcoin ETFs. Now, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little something here, okay? Pensions. Take a guess in the chat. How much money in the United States are in pension funds? I want to see how. Don't Google it. I know you're sitting at a computer and there's no camera facing you, so I'm going to go on the honor system here. I'm putting somebody on the wheel right now. It's the honor system. If you get within $500 billion of this number. Don't Google it. I'm putting you on the wheel. God's watching. Tell me in the chat, how many dollars in the United States are in pension funds? No. Don't give me a percentage, Enrique. Give me a dollar value. Give me a dollar value. How many thousands, millions, billions, trillion, whatever you think, tell me how many you think are in Clay the Great, 80 trillion. Woo! Bro, that is a massive number. I wish it was 80 trillion. Caffeinated Crypto says 7 trillion. All right, listen, I'm not going to let you, I'm not going to let you guys wait all day. Caffeinated Crypto was the closest, said 7 trillion. It's actually about $4 trillion. 4 trillion with the T. Let me add you on here, Caffeinated Crypto. I'm adding you on to the wheel, my brother. Actually, shit, you're already on this wheel a bunch, bro. Brother man is already on this wheel a bunch. He's going to be taking this next one. I'm telling you right now. Caffeinated Crypto is going to be taking home whatever prize comes off the next one. Yeah, so it's $4 trillion. Why does that matter? Well, there's a number of reasons that it matters. The number one reason is because if pension funds are now looking at getting in, if companies are taking their pensions, or if governments, whatever, the pensions that are there are looking at putting some of that money into Bitcoin, you've got a lot of potential money there. Let's just say even 1% of $4 trillion is what? $400 million. No, it's $4 billion. No, it's $40 billion. It's $40 billion. I had to do some keeper math there real quick. Sorry. It's kind of hard to talk and think at the same time. Got to walk and chew gum. You know what I mean? $40 billion worth of capital inflow, right? And Enrique's right, though. It's hard because they keep adding billions to the money supply at a crazy pace, so you can't keep up. And we're going to talk about that in a minute, which is part of why I said I've lost all faith in the U.S. economy or the people that are running said economy, because of partly what Enrique just said right there. I've got something that I'm going to show you guys in a couple minutes that if you haven't seen it already, you need to see it, but brace yourself because it is a scary, scary thing to watch. It's a scary thing to watch. It's scary because when I show you this, if I didn't tell you who this was, if I didn't give you any information and you saw this, your response would probably be, you would need to be semi-educated on capital markets, okay? But if you're watching this show, there's a very good chance that you are, all right? Because only educated people watch Crypto Wars, right? I mean, we all know that. There's only a few of us watching today, but the educated are here. But if you watched this and you had any small amount of information on capital markets and how our economy works, and I said, hey, what do you think of what this guy just said? You'd say, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. Now, what I'm going to tell you is this guy is literally the advisor to, you guessed it, Joe Biden on economic affairs. Without further ado, let me make sure that I might need to share this differently. Hold on. Let me make sure. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop this screen share. I'm going to make sure that you guys have the audio as well. Hold on. Share screen. I'm going to do a tab. Is it, which one is it? Oh no, where did it go? Oh, I know who did it. Hold on a second. I know who did it. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me pull. Boom. Boom. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Stand by. Here it is. Okay, cool. Boom. Okay. Share this tab here. Make sure. Also share tab audio. Okay. Share. Boom, bam, slam. Now, keep in mind, this is the chief economic advisor to Joe Biden. Okay? All right. Just want you to keep that in mind. Here we go.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves? I'm waiting for someone to stand up and say, why do we borrow our own currency in the first place?
Like you said, they print the dollar. So why does the government even borrow?
Well, again, some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. I mean, the government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by selling bonds. Is that what they do?
Oh my God!
They sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds, right? Because they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money. Yeah. So a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing. But there is no question that the government prints money, and then it uses that money to yeah, I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, because it's like the government clearly prints money. It does it all the time.
We got
and
that.
It clearly borrows.
We got that.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this debt and deficit conversation. So I don't think there's anything confusing there.
Good God Almighty. I'm assuming, since nobody in the chat said anything, that you guys could hear that, because you were all sitting there like this. Trying to figure out what the hell's going on. When you have literally the chief economic advisor, right? The chief economic advisor to Joseph Biden speaking like Joseph Biden, we have problems. We have problems. He literally couldn't verbalize. He could not dictate the information. Like, he couldn't answer the freaking question, like, as to, okay, why are we not just like taking loans against ourselves because we just print the money endlessly? And then he couldn't even explain how bonds work. He doesn't understand monetary policy or anything at all, yet he's the chief economic advisor. I've lost all faith. I've literally lost all faith. Like, I think that a well-educated, I don't know, freshman in college that probably, and I hate the idea of college, by the way, side note, but a well-educated, somebody in their first year of economics could have literally explained this 100 times better, right? It literally, and the funny part that I think about it is that because there's no answer, right? Now, I'm not totally saying that he should have been able to just verbalize this just very simply and answer the question. The whole problem behind the idea that there's not a simple answer to it tells you how much of a problem there is. Does that make sense? It's backwards in every way. We can't explain it. And the greater question then becomes, well, if we just print our own money, or this is what people ask, if we just print our own money, why do we even charge taxes? Why don't we just continue to print, which obviously creates more inflation and blah, blah, blah. The reality is that the United States dollar is the largest Ponzi scheme in the world at this point, right? Oh, shoot, that's funny. Enrique said something really similar. He said, in fact, I've met no one that can explain it simply. In my experience, that just means it's nonsense. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. There's no good answer for any of the policies that we have set in place. And then you take it one step farther and you get into taxes. Now, recently, we've been talking about capital gains. Joe Biden's been talking about, and I don't want to get myself in trouble here. I've tried to stay away from politics. So let's stay away from his name. I'll stay away from that. There you go, YouTube. The big guy, right, has been talking about, I think it's 46% capital gains tax, putting it to 46% and doing 20 or 25% on unrealized gains. That part, okay, listen, I could see them being just absolutely filthy, freaking greedy, awful individuals that make people want to leave the country anyway and charging 46%. I could see I could see them doing that. I could see it. Where you lose me is on unrealized gains. Ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine, first of all, how they're going to calculate it? I really have no idea. Like, is it in every single month you're going to owe taxes on unreal? Like, do you have to sell? Do you know what that would do? Let me tell you what that would do to markets. Okay. Let's say they said, okay, you're getting taxed on unrealized gains at this percent. Well, guess what? Then people are going to realize those gains all the damn time. It literally would topple the economy. It would topple it would topple the stock market. It would topple crypto market, because what would have to happen? People got to pay for the gains. The gains. Now, these are unrealized that we're talking about here. So what do you do to pay for them? Unless you have an endless slush fund or a money tree in the back of your house, you got to pay for them somehow. So you're going to realize those gains to then pay for those taxes. And then what are you going to do? buy back in. So you're going to sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Well, that's going to create a shitload of volume in the markets. However, it's going to be crazy predictable as to what's happening. All you have to do is look at basically almost like a heat map of where people are buying at what point. And then you say, okay, 30 days later than that, or 29 days. And then that will be the new form of how people will figure out their little schemes or their little plots or their little plays on these markets. But the idea of taxing people on unrealized gains is insanity. It means that there's no importance placed on you being able to look forward to your future. That the money that I have made on buying Ethereum at $150, which now sits at $3,100 or whatever it's at right now, there's no incentive to do anything like that because I would have been getting absolutely taxed to death the whole way through. And so they don't want you to look at your future. They don't want you to be able to, what's up, Patriot K, man? Good to see you. They don't want you to be able to look forward and say, hey, you know what? I want to bless my children. I want to bless my family. If I die tomorrow, I want to leave something for them. No, the reason that you hear that you're going to own nothing and be happy, right, is because they're trying to set us up for that. So I don't know, guys. I'm just very, very bearish on the U.S. right now as a whole. You know, and as a United States Marine, I'm not proud to say that. I'm really not proud to say that at all. It hurts me to my core to talk about my country and say, damn, like, I don't feel good about what's going on here. I don't, right? A lot of us have made some really good decisions in finance, in the crypto space, stock market, maybe real estate, whatever, maybe all three, maybe more than that. And some of us have made some really poor decisions and bad decisions and had to learn from them. But the reality is we're trying our hand at investing in a better future because you cannot at this point anymore save your way to a retirement. You really can't. Now, you theoretically could if you have a very large salary, and you would have to be very frugal on a very large salary. And you're still going to get absolutely hammered along the way with all of the crazy tax stuff that they're trying to implement or already have in place, right? But the average person, even somebody that's making, you know, better than average money, good money, I will tell you, like, I make really good money. I've been really blessed. Doesn't mean that with the state of the economy right now, with the things that are going on, with how difficult things are getting, you got to understand that shit rolls downhill. For my construction business, for instance, a lot of what we do is like custom work. Well, guess what? People don't have the extra disposable income right now. And then the people that were taking loans to do a bunch of extra work when interest rates were low, they can't do that. So guess what? Now you look around and it's like, wow, my schedule is not pushed out as far as it normally is. Let's take it one step further. I now can't have as many, theoretically, employees on staff. Because when I've got 20 people working for me, and I've got all the work in the world because money's coming in, people are able to access it from different points. Fantastic. And then all of those people can continue to work and provide for their families, etc. But now as everything slows down, everything gets more expensive. Also on top of that, the wages are getting significantly more expensive because guess what? They got to keep up. Then I have to pass that along to a homeowner. Guys, it literally just rolls downhill. And it's not good. It's not good. And ultimately, I want to provide a better future for I want to provide a better future for my daughter. That's the goal. That's the goal. And right now, saving isn't going to do it. So you've got to figure out a way to do it in investments. And now we're trying to figure out, do we have to combat some of these absolutely wildly chaotic rules that they're trying to throw around, right? I'm not going to say this one out loud, but yeah, I'm with you. There's a lot of problems that that need to be addressed. And the United States, most of the people have gotten accustomed to being so comfortable that they're not willing to step outside their lane. Not their lane. They haven't been willing to step outside of their comfort zone. and do anything about it. Right. And then people will jump on me when I talk about it on TikTok or on here or wherever. And they'll say, oh, what are you doing? You're just running your mouth. You're not doing anything. Well, part of it is bringing attention to it. And then when the time comes that it's time to play ball, I'm here for it. Right. I'm here for it because I do not want to look at a future where all of our decision making comes from what we are able to or allowed to do because of the elites or big business telling us what that looks like. I don't see it. I don't like it. And I love crypto because it allows the opportunity for me to not have to participate as much in the traditional banking system with the mining that I'm doing. Right. It ultimately it gives me the opportunity to bring in mailbox money every month. I was going to do a TikTok on mailbox money. Maybe I'll do it as a YouTube short as well. But effectively bringing in that money every single month, all I did was invested some money on the front end and put some people in the right places to make sure that my assets are under control and being maintained. And then I just kick back, right? Just kick back, chill, bring the money in, right? But that's a financial decision that I made under the guise or premise that I was paying approximately X, Y, and Z in capital gains and realized gains, not being taxed on unrealized gains. So that is my rant for the day. I just want to see us do better. If you guys have not already smashed the like, please smash the like. It has been a slow day today. So the worst we could do is everybody hit the like. If you're in mobile, X out of the live chat, click the like, come right back. It takes 2 seconds. You don't actually have to exit the stream, just X out of the live chat. I would appreciate it very much. And just as a reminder, we've got super chats available if you guys are looking to support the stream. If you're looking to win some money, I'll put you on the wheel right now. Your boy Caffeinated Crypto is taking over almost this whole damn wheel. There's 100 names total on the wheel, and I think Caffeinated Crypto's got, let's see here, 1245. I don't know, 55 of the 100 spots or something on the wheel right now. So, you know, it is what it, yeah, good luck to you, brother. Good luck. So yeah, that's kind of my rant for the day. That's what I'm feeling. What do I feel about these markets? Is it a trap? Is it not? I'm going to give you my opinion. I think that we're going to ping pong around a little bit, albeit I think we are headed up and to the right. I don't think that we're probably going to make a massive move for the next few weeks. I think we're going to take some of what should have been a consolidation. This is just an opinion. I think that we're going to take what was consolidation in the last runs leading up to the halving, where we didn't have that time of consolidation. I'm thinking maybe we're going to get some of that now. The time where we were absolutely ripping running up to the halving, which is not normally how that goes, I think we need some of that time. And maybe this 60K-ish, 50 to 60K-ish number is where that happens. Maybe this is where that happens. And so kind of my thought process on that is let the markets do what the markets do. We're going to be patient. We're going to continue to mine, continue to dollar cost average when opportunities arise. If you're playing with the meme coins, obviously be smart, get into projects that you're familiar with, maybe some people involved at a minimum. But be careful because they're going to be exponentially more volatile. So I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. I hope that you guys all have a blessed weekend. Monday, Trading Wars. Don't forget, Monday. Trading Wars. There is down to 7 people left. Let me actually click over and tell you so I can it's just easier for me to look at. There's 7 left. We have Jenna X, Johnny Crypto, Alex O, OC Guy. We've got Tradefly. We've got Bullish, and we've got Drew from Presend. Those are the 7 people that are left. So make sure that you guys are here on Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to continue to keep on pressing forward with Trading Wars. I see somebody just said a lot of alts are printing 2-day green dots. That's Clay the Great. I'm seeing a lot of dots. I'm seeing a lot of green dots on Market Cipher. Money flow kind of heading to the upside, depending on what, obviously what time frame that you're on. Things are looking rather bullish right now. So let's hope we keep headed in that direction. If not, hey, consolidate. It's not a bad thing. Let people load up. Let people do their thing. When this thing takes off, it will take off. All right. I love you guys. You could have been anywhere on a Friday, but you're hanging out with your boy, CryptoKeeper at Crypto Wars. Question everything. Trust nothing except for your boy, CryptoKeeper. Until next time, hodl like it's hot. I'll see you soon.